up 20-7 at the half and just blowing a 13-point lead. It was a miracle we pulled that one out. First, our own kicker misses a chip shot field goal.
Right.
And then TCU comes down, scores. We go down, score to tie it up. They come back down, line up, and their kicker misses a field goal, sent into overtime. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to Arkansas the last 3 years that Brett Bielema has been coach.
Right.
I went through every state of emotion watching that game.
I remember I was working up here and I was watching this game as other shows were going on, and I was like, wow, how did TCU come back? And I am not a fan of Kenny the Unthrill Hill.
Kenny Trill Hill. He's going to win the Heisman because he had one good game. Yeah.
I call him Unthrill. That's the reason why. You can tab it. I finally saw him hit a receiver on the move.
Yep.
And that is a first. Before that, everything had to be a stationary target for him. Now, was it a fluke? I believe it was a fluke. I think that was, we probably won't see that for the rest of the season. I think that was his highlight game. After that, that's it.
He always has just that one highlight game every year and then it just fades out.
So, I hate to hate on the TCU, on the Frogs, but when they went out and got Mr. Hill, I didn't think it was the right move at all. Now, it's someone that has SEC experience. Yeah. I wouldn't say that SEC quarterback experience is the greatest experience to have. Yeah. We can look at the NFL and say how many SEC quarterbacks are in the league. We can look at
Mr. Dakota Prescott,
Dak. You also got Jay Cutler, and you got a handful of the Georgia guy,
Aaron Murray.
Detroit Lions,
Matthew
Stafford, and they're just a handful. They're sprinkled out there. The SEC is not known for putting quarterbacks into.
No, they're known for defense.
They're known for the hogs. You know, your linemen, some defensive backs. So it doesn't really matter.
No.
Anyway, so coming up this coming week, we have another successful college football week ahead of us. Yep. Off the top of my head, I remember that we have, this is probably the game of the week, Oklahoma versus Ohio State.
This is going to be a big one.
This is a big one.
Big one.
You're really going to see what Oklahoma's made of here.
Now, it is in Norman. And Oklahoma plays well there. They had a long winning streak. I think someone beat them at home. Was it A&M? I don't remember who beat them there. Because guess what?
It's old news.
And guess what? I don't watch Oklahoma football, so I don't really care about it. What are some of the other games coming
up? Our beloved Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, they're taking on Cal.
Taking on Mr. Davis Webb and the Cal Golden Bears. Which
is I don't have very high expectations on Cal either. And the only reason why I was big last year was because of Jared Goff.
I mean, they are 2-0. Yeah. So we got Florida State Seminoles and Louisville Cardinals.
This can be a big one.
That's a good one.
Another good one.
Bama taking on Ole Miss.
Okay, now I forgot where's that game at.
It is being played in Oxford.
Okay, so it's in Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is the one that always sticks it to Alabama. They always. So is this the week that if you're going to lose in this new format of playoff college, it's best to lose early to redeem yourself later on.
Lose early so you can come back later.
And you know, and all these times that Alabama has won the national championship,
most of it's been with one loss.
One loss. So Alabama gets that consideration of the one loss all the time.
You also have the A&M Aggies taking on the Tigers of Auburn there.
I'm interested in that one just because you watch Netflix, right?
I do watch Netflix.
What was it? Last Chance U?
Yeah, Last Chance U.
Do you remember the quarterback that was the one that he got the scholarship from to Auburn? I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but I'm kind of interested to see. I haven't seen him on the field yet. Okay. So I'm just interested to see if he ever makes it into the playing part of Auburn. Needless to say, in the
Sean White, is that his name?
Do you know if he's a starter now?
No, I don't know. Once again, I don't.
Okay, yeah.
I care about it, but I'm not going to sit there and
that Sean White is the starter at Auburn, and John Franklin will get number 2 reps.
Franklin. John
Franklin's the number 2 right now.
Oh, John, that was I'm interested in John Franklin.
John Franklin the third.
The third, yeah, because he went to LSU. No, excuse me, he went to Florida State. He was the backup there, and then he went to the whatever the school was for hard last chance U, and Eastern Mississippi.
Like Eastern Mississippi,
yeah, and then he went to Auburn. So that's the only reason why I'm really interested in the kid at all. So, but
well, I mean, he does have some action. He's got -3 passing yards. So
I wouldn't say that's the best thing to have.
Even negative action is any action.
So. He's seen the field.
Okay.
He's not completely fresh, but
okay. So coming up next, what do we have coming up next? I think we're going to go right back to the NFL, and we're going to let's go ahead and talk some Dallas Cowboys and see what happened this weekend, what went wrong, and what went right.
Oh, so much went very, very wrong.
You hear the headlines. You know health insurance is a real mess right now. Premiums have skyrocketed, and in most cases, you're stuck with your plan until open enrollment. But there's a government rule that allows you to qualify for lower health insurance rates if your life has changed. That means if you've changed jobs, if you're having a child, if you're getting married, if you're getting divorced, even if you run a small business or you're self-employed, this law may qualify you to get lower health insurance rates. Call the Health Insurance Hotline today. Learn how this 10-minute call can help you get lower health insurance rates. This is a free service to help consumers learn the laws to help them qualify for lower health insurance rates. So call right now to learn more. 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501.
Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company. General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000? Or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel.
800-398-8309, 800-398-8309, 800-398-8309. That's 800-398-8309.
Hey everybody, Gavin Mitchell from The Gavin Mitchell Show here. Of course you can find our show every week on our flagship station, News and Information, 570 AM KLIF, but sometimes once a week just isn't enough. I would encourage you to go out to our website, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com, and there you'll find a plethora of information about the show, including archived episodes of our daily podcast. You'll find a blog written by me and other conservative writers, and entertaining videos that are available with the Gavin Mitchell Experience. I would encourage you to follow us on Twitter at The GM Show. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/The Gavin Mitchell Show. And of course, we are on our flagship station for the internet, conservativeradionetwork.com, with the most talented conservative podcasters in the country. So be sure to tune in Saturdays at 8 p.m. right here on News and Information 570 AM KLIF, or through the week at conservativeradionetwork.com or www.thegavinmitchellshow.com.
You're back with the Texas Strangers. Now we're going back to the good old National Football League.
All right, Brad, we're going to talk about your team for a little bit because we haven't really got to make fun of you just yet. Wow, that was just an abrupt fade right there, wasn't it? I think I need to take you to school of fade right there. Maybe you pulled a Terrence Williams. You just didn't know how to run out of bounds right there. Okay. There we go. They didn't make very much noise this week.
They were pretty quiet.
They made noise up until the last possession.
They made noise with Dan Bailey was the only one that made noise.
Hey, kicking a ball makes a noise. So.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys, they lost to the New York Giants 21-20.
No, it's
2019.
2019, okay.
2019.
Needless to say, I did watch that game. I didn't care about the final score because I wasn't watching that snooze fest over there, which Seattle and Miami. And
locally, the other game was Cleveland-Philadelphia, which became a good old blowout loss.
Hey, I want to point out something because I'm definitely an Oklahoma State hater.
Uh-huh.
Kenny Stills dropped that ball, and guess he went to the University of Oklahoma. So I just wanted to point it out there. Once again, nothing really
What do you
good
call
comes.
him, David?
Kenny Stills?
No, the Oklahoma Sooners. What do you call him?
I can't say that.
You can't say
Can't
it?
say it on the radio. Is it not?
Oh, I call it
appropriate for
Overrated
radio?
University.
There you go.
Okay, is
That's
that
what I
the
was
one?
going to, yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying I have a long list of names for that.
That's the
school.
only one that you have told me, privately.
Okay, so yeah, I call it Overrated University. So, all right, so the Dallas Cowboys. Zeke Elliott, 20 carries for 51 yards. Was it 51 or
52 yards?
52 yards. Yeah. Okay. The backup, Morris.
Alfred
Morris.
Big Al.
7 carries for 35 yards. Makes me kind of wonder what's going on there.
It's definitely a head scratcher.
Zeke, I was saying this to my dad. I watched the games with my dad. He was dancing too much to get to the hole. He was trying to do too much.
Okay.
He needs to hit the hole and go, and that's why Morris was so successful, because he would see the hole and just run straight downhill, through the hole, while Zeke's, trying to be flashy and trying to make the extra play when he needs to just hit the hole, which it is his first game, first regular season game as a rookie.
Yeah, and
they were game planning against the run as well.
Right.
I did notice that, which is why Mr. Prescott, had such success during the game.
Okay. We've touched on it just recently. Terrence Williams has been the GOAT of this game so far because he wasn't getting out of bounds.
Yep.
Okay, first off, just because it's the last play of the game and he didn't do the right thing, yeah, shame on you.
You should have won it earlier.
Yeah.
Than the
But
last
you should have
You
won.
should have, yeah.
Yeah, it came down to something earlier. Dez dropped a touchdown pass.
Mm-hmm.
No one's talked about that one yet because once again
they're kicking field goals in the red zone when you need to score touchdowns in the red zone.
Dez only had 5 targets for 1 reception for 8 yards.
8 yards. Yep. 8
okay.
yards.
But yet we're not talking about Dez Bryant dropping that ball in the end zone.
Talking about Terrence Williams not going out of bounds and
that
being the game.
Well,
and possibly
technically he didn't drop it in the end zone. Technically that's the rule there. He did drop it. But in my opinion, I don't think he dropped it. He really did drop it.
Okay,
it was another one of those.
We don't know what a
things from the
catch is
playoffs.
anymore.
Exactly.
We really don't.
Well, it wasn't a catch because it hit the ground.
According to the rule, yes, it wasn't a catch.
According to the rule.
And he lost it. Okay, this is not the Green Bay one. He didn't make a foot. And this catch, he didn't make a football move. There was no extending the ball.
Yep.
This was technically a drop. It hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It dropped. If Dez would just, once again, he went to an Oklahoma school. Learn to put 2 hands.
The other Cowboys, the Cowboys of the North,
right?
Let's say that way.
If he had put 2 hands on that ball instead of trying to make some flashy catch and making the sports top 10 highlight reel, yes, and that would work out for him.
Yep.
But yet here we're going to sit here and talk and put the blame. Well, first off, I'm not a fan of a Baylor wide receiver either.
No.
So Man, I sound like a really hater, don't I?
You're drinking the negative Kool-Aid over there.
I do.
Yeah.
And there's a certain schools that I just would not draft some. But I would never take a receiver from Baylor. Never.
Hey, but what do we know? We're just the fans.
Exactly. So,
So you're telling me you wouldn't take Josh Gordon?
no.
No?
Corey Coleman? No.
Actually, Corey Coleman.
Corey Coleman didn't
He's
look
a
half bad in
playmaker.
Cleveland.
No.
He's a playmaker.